NFL season previews. We got the Vikings, one of the more interesting teams and interesting divisions, really. Vikings went 13-4 last year, finished the season with a negative 3 point differential, meaning their opponents actually outscored them. It's pretty crazy to win 13 games but finish the season with a negative point differential. They were in a ton of close games last year, and in close games, the smallest thing can be the difference between winning and losing. In other words, in close games, you need a lot of luck and randomness to go your way, and that was the definition of this Vikings team last season. They went 11-0 in one-score games. They're only the third team in the last decade to go undefeated in one-score games. 11 of their 13 wins came by 8 points or less, while their 4 regular season losses came by an average margin of 22 points. So they won small and they lost big. Vikings won 4.5 more games than expected based on their PIFAG win percentage. That's the most wins over expected of any team by far. And my point in all this is everything went the Vikings' way last season, even injuries, which they avoided. They finished the season 5th lowest in adjusted games lost due to injury. Their key position players, Cousins, Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, played in all 18 games. When you have so much go your way, the natural thought is it can't continue that way. Regression is more likely, and odds makers expect them to not be as lucky this year. Their win total for this season opened up at 8.5 wins, which is 4.5 games less than their 13 wins last season. That's the third largest win total drop-off from season to season since 1999. They have a fairly easy overall strength of schedule. I have them 19th in strength of schedule, but it's a rough start to the season. In their first 7 weeks, they play the Eagles, Chargers, Chiefs, and Niners. But if you look after that, the only top 10 rated quarterback they'll face is Joe Burrow, and that's for the rest of the season after that. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell will be doubling down on the importance of the passing game and kind of devaluing the run game. He's mentioned he's okay with winning in shootouts. O'Connell is a Rams personnel guy, so we'll see 3 wide receiver sets, and no surprise he goes out and drafts a wide receiver, so I imagine they'll be pushing the ball downfield. I expect them to constantly be in very high-scoring, tight, competitive games all season. That's going to come down to coin flips late. It's also Kirk Cousins' final season to try to get one last payday, and lucky for him, the style of offense will put him on display. Defensively, we're going to see some big changes now that defensive coordinator Brian Flores takes over for Ed Donatel, and the way they run things couldn't be more different, going from one of the more basic defenses with one of the lowest blitz rates to Brian Flores, and a defense who, routinely has one of the highest blitz rates. But the big question really is, can the Vikings' young cornerbacks handle being on an island man-to-man? Whenever you're aggressive up front, you kind of put your D-backs in some rough spots. I like Flores. He's a Belichick disciple. He's got a great reputation of being smart, kind of like a great motivator. Just don't know if he has the personnel to do what he does best. Vikings going to be a fun team to watch, a true boom or bust team. It's going to take shots on offense and gamble on defense. But that's it for the Vikings. 30 more teams to go.